Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 10.
10.
I shouldn't sound confused when I say that. Welcome to episode 10 of Preparing to Podcast, the groundbreaking podcast where two Canadian comedians talk, comedy, the industry, life.
I defy you to find another podcast out there where comedians are just sitting in front of a microphone trying desperately to say something entertaining.
I don't know. I think that white guys talking into microphones has some legs.
I think it's on the upswing.
I think it's about time.
I think it is on the upswing. I think we've ended. I believe DEI is ended.
Yeah, we do. Nobody like that. They're like, no, we like the old boys network.
Well, you know what's interesting is I asked around and
This is Chuck Byrne, by the way.
everybody. Oh yeah, did we?
My comedy soulmate, Chuck Byrne.
I am Chuck Byrne, and this is Ted Morris. Did you introduce yourself?
Just some guy who wandered in.
Just some guy who wandered
I
in.
did not introduce myself.
Like so many of my encounters, it's just some guy who wandered in.
The Chuck Byrne biography.
Chuck Byrne biography. Come on in here, fella.
The sequel, Wide Stance.
I'd ask you your name, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Write you a letter?
It's a lost art. It's a lost
Letter
art.
writing?
It is a lost art, letter writing.
To your hookups?
Although I do invest time in texts, I will like type out a text and then reread and re-edit.
Do you, because the youth, they don't like seeing those dots. They don't like seeing those 3 dots and knowing that you're in the middle of compose. Do you compose in the notes and then copy and paste? Or do you just not care?
No, I don't care.
I don't
But
care
also
how
what I'll
long
do
it
is
takes me.
I'll start typing and then I'll back up a letter and that puts an end to the dots.
Really?
Yes. That's why, have you ever noticed when the dots disappear, but you can tell the person's still working on something?
Because you know them and you know they're dumb and you know it takes them longer.
No.
I don't care about the dots. How fast do I need a response?
I will, if I find myself too hopeful for the dots, I will just like close my phone.
Yeah, I just throw it away.
Well, because that's the thing is I'll sit there like a chump. If the dots are there, I'll sit there like a chump waiting. And it's just I don't want to be too beta on my phone. I don't want to. Yeah, I like to transmit alpha.
Yeah,
while feeling beta.
Yeah, and while in bed, he's a gamma. You wouldn't think that.
A gamma.
Very much a gamma.
Very much a gamma.
You don't need to ask what that means.
I don't know. I think I will probably enjoy it better without a definition. Yeah, because gamma sounds pretty awesome, right? Because
that's what a gamma would say.
Gamma rays. That's what turns the Hulk into the Hulk.
Yeah.
Right? Gamma radiation. So
someone would say it was the writer's imagination.
What I'm going to stick with is that you calling me Gamma means that I'm a huge, powerful monster man.
Yeah, and what a wonderful way to move through the world, just taking everything as a compliment.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll stick with me forever.
Yeah, it turns into a little nugget of cancer and then grows and grows.
Well, because our plan for this week, for the episode.
Oh, let's talk about this episode. We've got a rocking episode.
It is a rocking episode. But our plan was we were expecting that Lori Elliott and Dave Hempstead would be here.
Yeah. Are they not coming?
No, because what I actually did was turns out 5 Wednesdays in January this year. Yeah, not 4.
No.
As I had booked.
No.
So here we are on the 5th Wednesday in January, and the next people I had booked are actually booked for next week, not this week.
Oops.
So every problem is an opportunity.
Yes.
What a wonderful opportunity for us to do a 10th episode retrospective where we can look back at all the wonderful things we've accomplished so far.
Is there going to be like an in memoriam? Have any guests since passed?
I would know, but remember, Martha Chavez didn't make it here last week.
Right, she's not dead. She's dead to you.
She's dead to us. Us.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I love her.
Yes.
I'd happily throw myself on a grenade for her.
I would not.
But yeah, dead to us as a show. I mean, we are going to rebook her.
As a pod.
We are going to rebook her mainly for the series of apologies I'm expecting.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun looking at your disappointed face.
No, she will. Martha, you can count on Martha to apologize. You cannot necessarily count on it, her meaning it.
No, or it
But you
being
can count,
timely.
you can count on the fact that, you can always get an apology out of a Canadian. You can't necessarily get a sincere apology out of a Canadian.
Yes, which
Yeah.
brings us back to Canadians are not nice. We're just polite.
Mm-hmm. Which our neighbors to the south don't seem to understand that there's a difference between those two things.
I mean, add it to the list of things they don't understand.
Yeah,
It's
they don't
very
understand
long.
that you have gun rights until you're not on the gun rights side, and then you don't have gun rights, right? Remember, you have gun rights if you show up to a protest where most of the people are, let's say, black. Then you go ahead. You bring your gun down to that protest, Kyle Wittenhouse.
That sounds scary.
And if you shoot some people, guess what? We're going to ask you to speak at the Republican National Convention next year. But if you're a white guy who shows up with a gun to a protest, you would think ordinarily probably a green light in America.
Was he wearing a mask?
No, he was not wearing a mask.
That's your problem. If you
he should have masked up.
He should have had a mask on. He should have had some chinos, and he should have jumped out of the back of like a U-Haul with 30 of his closest bros, and then it would have been fine.
That's the trick. Is if you want to have a gun, you got to goon it up a bit.
Yeah,
you got to goon it up.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that sending 3,000 armed masked goons into a town of 500,000 people would be troublesome?
Well, I don't understand why people think that people need training. Just let them learn on the job.
No, but you don't. The great thing about not training them is you reduce your liability for, didn't someone tell you not to shoot people in the street?
Oh, no.
They could be like, no. I mean, they taught us how to fill out the forms we could rent the SUV.
Yeah, they taught us how to change the license plates on the cars.
That's the thing. All these guys are rolling around in premium rental cars. And staying in your local hotels. They are going through the dollar bills, y'all.
They're very good for business, but just certain businesses.
They are. That's it's the problem with the armed goons is upside, great for local retail. Downside, murdering citizens in the street. So,
and if that was your customer, your client base that they murdered, just salt in the wound.
Well, you just hope that the government murders your customers after they have purchased their goods.
Immediately after, so they don't even have a chance to return them. It's like, I'm sorry, this receipt is covered in blood and your tears. You can't now.
No.
There.
It's and I
put a wet floor sign by them and just let them quietly bleed out.
It seems like after the second, the nurse was murdered in the street. It seems like they've finally reached. We're not going to be able to keep getting away with this.
Well, they were getting away with it for a while until they started killing white people, because a bunch of other people have been murdered this year by ICE, but only 2 of them were white enough for the media to care about.
It's true. But also they've done a very good like slow boil on the frog, because when they first came in, what they were doing is they were grabbing, I remember there was a Middle Eastern student, an Islamic student at like Penn University, and they grabbed her off the street. That was like the first couple of weeks. They started just grabbing people off the street. But it's brilliant in that they've said, okay, we're sending 3,000 goons into your town, and not completely expecting that in a town where George Floyd was murdered by the police, that people might have a phone network going on how to organize a protest quickly. And then their reaction is, well, if these people would just give us all of their illegal immigrants.
Give up and just give up. I don't understand why you're fighting back. Just give up.
It's true. I mean,
why don't you just give up?
I don't know why America didn't let the rapists run their country from the beginning. Just take it.
It's what you wanted.
It's the just take it administration.
Yeah. Just grab them by the metaphorical.
Grab them by the Greenland.
Yeah, grab them right by the Greenland.
Grab them by the.
Two in the green.
Yeah.
One
One in the rare earth.
Oh God, it's not that rare.
Oh, that was
So-
I don't know why you keep calling me gross, because that was pretty gross.
Oh, I'm disgusting, but I've set the bar differently for myself.
Okay. Well, one of the things that we've been discussing weekly is usually viewer feedback, viewer comments.
Yes.
And we have gotten plenty of feedback.
How dare you? How dare you?
Both from I get it from comics on the street, and I get it, the occasional DM message saying that they liked something or they didn't like something, or I should try something, or we should try something. But the comments on the clips are always kind of fun. And we did have a clip go, certainly by our standards, viral.
Admittedly, low standards.
It's a low standard, but
now are these TikTok? Is this TikTok numbers?
No, this is Instagram numbers. I'm going to go by Instagram numbers.
Yeah, those were TikTok numbers. And be like,
they don't mean anything.
Don't mean anything.
Oh, okay. Because the TikTok numbers were lower on this clip.
Oh,
but I think that also has to do with
our audience.
TikTok seems to be have more of a librarian in terms of content. Like if something's a little bit risky, it seems to get downplayed a little bit.
Yeah.
If something's controversial, it'll get upplayed. But if anything
risky,
anything sexual, anything to do that could be taken the wrong way, seems to get downplayed on TikTok.
This is not raw sexual energy coming at you.
But Meta don't give a fuck. Meta wants you to talk about the most horrible things all the time, just so long as you don't show anybody's nipples.
Yeah.
That's really all they're concerned about.
Yeah. Lady nipples.
So on our at Preparing to Podcast Instagram account, which currently sits at 46 followers.
Ooh, in your face, everyone else.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? I got these for you right here. Yeah. These nuts. And this clip currently has over 31,000 views.
That's significant.
And then on my Instagram account, which has well over 46 followers.
Stop it.
I believe we're in 4 digits now.
Stop it.
It has 81,000 hits.
Ooh,
so it's probably hashtag related, it's probably content related, but it is the fact that we're talking about eating buffet lunch at a strip joint in Montreal.
Well, this is what the people want to hear.
Apparently,
they want to hear the everyday man on the street.
It's what the algorithm certainly wants them to hear about, and so.
Or are they just expecting tits? They're just like.
I think it might be advisable for us to add a little bit of eye candy to the show. So I don't know.
More eye candy?
More than just the two.
More than just the two of us, luscious specimens.
The 2 white blobs currently on screen.
Look at this.
Gorgeous. What is it? It's a poster. Let's call it a poster.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yes, our preparing to podcast AI generated.
Welcome to our merch store.
We got a moose, a lobster, a beaver, a goose, and a polar bear, all preparing to podcast. Yeah, just a big group of Canadian animals. They're wonderful.
Except for the goose.
Yeah. And so this is the first time I was thinking about this morning. This is the first time in 10 weeks that I have not made ribs.
It's upsetting.
Well, I didn't think
so hungry.
Well, there are other things I can offer you. Right?
No, I refuse.
We've got the coffee.
No.
I've got some pepperoni sticks.
Well, I saw those.
You just need to gnaw on something.
I was going to stir my coffee with that.
That's delicious.
I mean, if I'd known, I would have saved some bones to suck on. That is not a euphemism.
No.
But that is how I spend my weekends.
Yeah. So I think it's not a euphemism. It's just a direct plea.
Yeah. Please. I'm so hungry.
Take out your bone.
Take out your bone.
Take out your bone.
Hopefully there's a little meat on it.
Take out your meaty bone.
Take out your slightly gnawed bone.
All right. So this is going to
do the rest.
All right. This is going to be the test. The buffet lunch at the strip show. Or just a whole bunch of innuendo-based meaty bone talk. We'll see what the algorithm does with the meaty bone talk.
It's going to have a field day.
You think it's going to have a field day?
No, there's no nuance.
There's no nuance. What if it was a trans meaty bone? I'm just saying it because
Oh yeah, that'll upset someone.
well, not only will it upset someone if we show ourselves to be supportive of people wanting to live their lives the way they want to live them. Um, both the people who want to live their lives the way they want to live them are generally encouraged by that. But also, you get the people who have no interest in anybody living their life.
No, how dare
In
you? How dare you do something that doesn't affect me in the slightest? How dare the audacity?
Well, usually it's because they've been told how to live their life, and they're doing that, and they're miserable.
I am convinced that everything, all of the isms, mostly come down to jealousy.
Yeah.
At least towards the queer community. I was like, oh, you're just mad that we're doing all the stuff that you want to do, but someone told you not to do it.
I think
We're just doing it and getting away with it.
I think that's the
And you're
part
all
of it.
mad.
The biggest thing is probably just on a very base level, the sex. Not that we're jealous of the style.
We control the blowjobs. That's, I think, what it boils down to.
I think I think a lot of heterosexual men wish heterosexual women were as horny as they were.
Some of them are.
And
But
some
they're
of them
still
are.
not going to stick anything up your bum unless you ask.
Some of them
Still have to
are.
ask.
But the likelihood of a heterosexual woman wanting to have sex leaning against a wall in an alley is less than the odds of a heterosexual man wanting to have sex, leaning, or even a homosexual man.
I mean, leaning against the wall sounds relaxing. It's
Well,
one
just-
less thing for me to worry about.
essentially just 6 to 8 paces away from society. You're willing to have sex anywhere.
Yeah. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I
that's the thing, and that's where I think the jealousy comes from. Is we gotta try. Whereas as it seems to be in your community, there's much less of a courting ritual other than eye contact,
Oh.
and maybe a head nod towards.
Eye contact, even that is optional. Even that is optional.
Even
subject.
that is
You're like,
optional.
oh my god.
Just put your dick in the hole.
Just put whatever you want through the hole
Hopefully
and
stuff.
deal with it.
Deal with it.
Just deal with what's here.
This sales pitch keeps getting stronger, I will say.
Although there's nothing creepier than like an overly eager face in a glory hole that's a bit too big. It's like, what are you putting through here? You don't need it this big. And you can see someone says, hi.
Oh, it's somebody.
It's like some creepy children's show. Like,
It's-
no. This
Yeah, it's more of a howdy doody. Yeah.
yeah.
Sock it to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's my stance on overly large glory holes, everyone. I'm glad we finally got there.
All right.
'Cause
You don't want to know what's on the other side other than something.
Yeah.
You don't want enough of the hole should be limited in size.
call me old fashioned and call me a romantic, but I
Romantic.
don't necessarily want to see everything. If I wanted to see you, why would we have this glory hole between us? Why would we have this poorly painted piece of plywood between us?
Is it just a piece of plywood? Because that doesn't seem. Oh, I guess it depends which way the plywood is. Because it's 4x8.
No, there's variations. There's
There's very
entire booths
really.
that you can just slip into, like a weird phone booth.
I gotta ride my bike around town more.
You really do. Yeah, you really
I
do.
do.
You just have to be careful which bathhouse you're at because some of those water fountains do not have water in them. It is just mouthwash.
Really?
Which on the one hand is so brilliant. And on the other hand is so disappointing. And on the
Yeah,
third
if
hand,
you-
when you're really thirsty, you don't want a mouthful,
you don't want to drink
mouthful of mint.
mouthwash.
No.
Yeah. That's a mouthwash water fountain.
Yeah. But if you don't like what you see on the other side of the glory hole, just spit a mouthful of mouthwash at it. I'm like, get out of here with that. Scooch.
Yeah, we live different lives.
I don't think so. You keep
No.
saying that. I think it's very similar. I mean, you went thrifting with your children,
I did go thrifting.
which
with my-
sounds
well, I
very
was.
problematic.
What do you mean? Very
I
problematic.
don't know. Thrifting with
I-
kids.
No, my kids are teenagers now,
Mhm.
and my kids know that I'm cheap,
Yeah. You could just go thrifting here.
but they also know how happy it makes me when they're cheap.
Ah.
And both of my kids have a pretty good understanding of they enjoy value. So going thrifting is one of those places where like they know I'll spend more money on them at a thrift store than I will at a department store.
Oh, of course. Yeah, because you're
Because
paying for the smell and the bed bugs.
well, and I also feel like I'm getting really good value, right? Like I bought myself some ramekins for when we have the ribs for sauce. We now have sauce ramekins for the show. They were 99 cents each. You try to pick something like that up at IKEA, you're paying upwards of like $1.80,
Ugh,
right?
for Swedish crap.
Yeah, garbage, really, more than anything.
Please.
Yeah.
When's the last time the Swedes made a ramekin of anything?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that Swedes eat besides meatballs. Yeah, I got nothing.
Cloudberries.
I don't know. Are they a cheese people? I don't think of Swedes as they're probably a soft cheese people.
Oh, yeah, they're not
It'd be a soft cheese
they're
people.
not aging anything long enough to get a rind on it.
But don't soft cheeses have rind? Like brie has a rind?
Barely.
Barely?
Barely.
I don't know. Are you
More of a skin.
Are you a cheese person?
Oh, I'm a cheese. This is a body built by cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think if
Some cheese.
if you were gonna, take a still shot of the two of us sitting here at the table and say which guy eats more cheese, I think Chuck wins that.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a video, they will get to that answer even faster.
Yeah.
Especially if we are jumping.
If we're jumping.
If we're just jumping, they'd be like, who likes cheese?
I'm going to be self-conscious about jumping. I've already got the comment people with my teeth, so now I can't jump and smile. Oh,
I
very
mean,
limited.
when would you be jumping and smiling? Are you on a trapeze?
Trampoline.
Trampoline?
Trampoline,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a big fan of the trampoline.
Alright.
It's much better than the hammock as a relaxation tool. I don't really like to jump on the trampoline. I like to lie down on the trampoline.
Let other people jump?
No, I like to be alone on the trampoline.
You just want to
lying down.
rest and be slightly supported.
Yeah, it's not good if you're a side sleeper, but if you're if you're a side sleeper, you get a lot of pressure points with the trampoline. There's too much tension. But if you're a back sleeper, it's the way to go. It's the way to go for sure.
Huh.
You just put it out in the yard, put it underneath a tree, have a little nap. You might want to tuck a little like roll up your hoodie and put it under your neck if you've got a little dose of sleep apnea like myself, so you don't accidentally die relaxing on the trampoline out back.
I'm just picturing you on one of those like 80s aerobics, tiny little trampolines.
Oh,
where you'd have to like curl up in the center of it.
More of a tramp.
Yeah.
The workout
Just
tramp.
like a little
I
tramp.
had one of those.
Where is it? Are you using it?
I don't have it. No. This
Why?
was years ago. I had one of those because it was $5 at a garage sale, and I wanted it in my room. And I put it at the foot of my bed, and I used to like
spring out of bed.
No, I used to run into my room and spring into bed. And it was every single time I did it, I felt like a Chinese acrobat, and all it was just me belly flopping onto my bed. But every time I did it, I felt like Cirque du Soleil.
Amazing.
And there was more than a few occasions where I bounced off the trampoline and missed the bed. And eventually
we're going to watch a recreation of that right now. Let's go to the tape.
Eventually I had to stop doing it because it was an IKEA bed.
Oh, no.
So it was like 90% particle board.
Yeah, you can barely roll over without a leg snapping.
And it was getting as they say, rickety.
Yeah.
Like it was the bed had a lot of movement even when you weren't really trying to create any kind of movement on it. Yeah, it quickly became a bed that was not suitable for any kind of activities, which was fine because in my early 20s, when this was all going on, there was not a lot of activities.
There were no bedroom activities.
No, I mean, I was.
I don't know what that means.
It means I was masturbating, Ted. I was, going on in my bed. It was just a bunch of guilt-based self-pleasure.
But are you an active masturbator? Or are you
No, but I was a big boy.
You like to take yourself out to dinner, make a big production of it, or you're like, let's just get this evil out of me as quickly as possible.
No. I mean, I'll put in an evening. Yeah, I'll treat myself
Show
right.
yourself a nice bath.
I don't know. Well, maybe after.
Some nice hand
Maybe
lotion.
after, a little soak,
Yeah.
right? Do a little hot bath, then maybe a cold shower at the end of it. Then some self-flagellation, throw on a hair shirt and off to bed. Right?
Just like the baby Jesus wants it.
Just like the baby Jesus. Well, not the baby Jesus, but the people who work for him. The
Yeah.
people who speak for him now.
Yeah. They do not like you having fun with your own Bodhi.
I never understood that because Jesus seemed all about being chill.
Yeah, he was very chill.
Yeah. And the people who, like his sales force, did not seem very chill at all.
No, they, I mean, it's all Paul. Paul was a dick. It's all Paul's fault.
There's letters to the Corinthians.
Oh, don't get me started. And if you know what, if I'm writing a letter to the Galatians, I am definitely, yeah, warming up first.
To whom it does concern. Okay, so you had told me that
Yes.
you were going to prepare questions for me today.
Yeah, that was a lie.
And the main reason why I've been going on so long off the top here is that all right, I'm just confirming that we are indeed still recording. Yeah. The reason why I've been going for so long here
Yes.
off the top,
Yes.
upwards of 27 minutes, is I started worrying, oh, what's Ted going to ask me?
Oh,
And then I started getting into my head about it.
all right. What did you think I was going to ask you?
The-
What question should I ask you?
I think the problem is I didn't know.
Oh,
And then not knowing, my brain starts to fill in the blank
oh,
with all the possible scenarios of, why is it that when you were 12 years old, it's just like things you
when are you going to get that mole checked out?
Well, I got 4 of them running across my back like a constellation that my kids really like.
Which constellation?
I don't know. Cancer, probably.
Probably cancer.
But yeah, it's not good when your kids tell you to get a mole checked because they shouldn't know.
No.
Right? Like if your parent or like an older person goes, "Hey, you should probably get that mole checked." That seems to be like where the information should come from. But when your kids,
They saw it on TikTok. They watched a YouTube video and now they're concerned about their dad.
I like the fact that they're concerned about their dad. That I don't mind.
It's nice.
So maybe I won't get it checked. See if it
Oh.
develops into something that they could really worry about. Okay? Because like I
Enjoy it.
I remember when they closed the schools during COVID and my kids were at home all day and they realized that I didn't have a job. Oh man, that really scared the hell out of them.
All of a sudden you became a cautionary tale.
Well, I had known for a very long time that I didn't have a job, right? So I had kind of adjusted to it. But for them, it was a real shock.
You're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
The thrifting makes a lot more sense now.
Everything makes Why does Dad keep shoplifting from the Salvation Army store?
He claims he likes a bargain,
Yeah, he does.
but he's just desperate. Yeah, the shutdown was a very nice way of letting you know that you weren't important. Because that was when I was like, oh, I gotta quit my day job. This seems 2020 seems like a good time. And then the universe is like, no,
That's right.
no,
Yeah.
you can't. Your old job is essential.
Well,
Your new job no longer exists.
What is it? 2019 that you? Because I remember you made like a formal announcement.
Did I? It was the end, basically end of 2019. Yeah, I took December off and I was like, all right, let's do it. 2020, let's go.
Wow. Because that's
Oops.
that might be God tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "No, fella."
Although if I'd got my first Sirius XM check, I would not, because I agreed to go back to my old job in like June, because the vet they hired to replace me got cancer. Serves you right. If you're trying to replace me,
Get that mole check.
don't try and replace me, or God will strike you down. And they're like, are you doing anything? I'm like, no. So I went back, and then like a month later, I got my first Sirius XM check for my album. I'm like, I didn't need to go back to murdering cats.
How big are your Sirius XM checks that you did?
My first one was nice, and then the next one I thought was a mistake because it was like 5 times bigger. And I'm like, oh, okay, is this how it's gonna be? Yeah, but it was like several months.
Yeah, I remember the very first XM check that I got. I was like, hey, if I get this every 3 months,
Sweet.
what do it's going to
This
be,
is my job.
yeah, it's going to be champagne and rose petals and chocolate covered chuck. And then I realized, oh, this is like for like the last 3 years that you haven't been collecting any checks.
Oops.
Yeah, because the next one was way more realistic to where I sit within the comedy infrastructure of the world.
I was scared to cash that second one because I'm like, wait a minute. This is when I was also still getting them to send me checks.
Uh,
Just put it in my account.
oh,
I'll
you do the
forget about it.
e-transfer? I get
Now
them
I
to
do.
send me a check.
Yeah.
I like the check. I like the
Old manness of having a physical check.
well, I don't know what it is. I think it's just because when the check arrives, I'm paying attention to checks arriving, but a digital transfer,
It's meaningless.
all of a sudden I will just stop tracking it as like an income source.
Oh,
Like
so you don't know what you're missing.
the things that happen automatically in my life, I become very unaware of. Like I'm one of those what is it, Rocket Money? One of those apps that
Yeah.
like tells you, hey, you've got 12,000 subscriptions to Netflix. Maybe you should thin the herd a little bit.
Netflix was charging me like twice for like 6 months before I got off.
Really?
I was like, wait a minute.
I changed my
They're like, we can only refund one of those months. I'm like, meh.
well, I had a Netflix account and then when during COVID and the ex and I moved back into one household with the kids, I closed my Netflix account,
Yeah.
and then I had been using hers, and then when I moved back out, I had still been using hers because that's what you do.
That's what you do. That's what
And then
passwords are for.
I guess Netflix has added a layer of location tracking.
Which is very annoying.
So I kept getting, hey, it looks like you're not at your house. Are you still you? Type of thing. And I even got Netflix to send her a couple of emails to confirm, like, yeah, I'm just on vacation.
Yeah.
10 minutes away from my house.
Fine.
And
I'm
then
sitting in a park.
eventually it got to the point where like every time I logged in, it was going to make me do the confirmation email.
Rude.
And I believe one of the main reasons I got divorced was because of confirmation emails that I was.
Probably.
I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was the end of it. But I now have Netflix with commercials, and I actually prefer it. It makes, if for some
Thanks,
reason,
everyone. This has been really fun doing this podcast, but I draw a line.
I like it because it breaks it up. It isn't just an endless stream of show. It takes little breaks. Like when the commercial comes on, I'll go up and get myself fresh coffee. I'll go for a pee. I'll do like all the things.
But you can't do that on your own. You can't just be like, I need to pee, pause.
No, I need to be reminded that life is not a continuous stream of Netflix.
Just go
Otherwise,
timers. Just do the Pomodoro technique. It's some productivity technique where you're supposed to like, I don't know why it's based on a tomato or Pomodoro if you're Italian,
okay,
or if you're Italian, I guess. But it's just basically setting timers. Okay, I'll do this for 20 minutes, and then I'll switch to something else for 5, and then I'll do 6 things for 5 minutes for half an hour.
do you do that?
No, no. I just sit and stare and then panic. That's my technique.
See, it wouldn't work for me because I find creatively, especially, is if all of a sudden something strikes me, I'll lose track. Like I can lose 6 hours into an idea, and then kind of,
It's like, oh, where was
there goes the day.
Oh, thank goodness there was a commercial on Netflix to get me to snap back to reality.
Well, that's the thing is the commercials on Netflix, TV becomes like background noise to me.
And what do they advertise on Netflix? Is it like the regular?
It's mainly
ads?
big advertisers.
Okay.
Your Walmarts, your Canadian Tires, your stuff like that. And also some of it is the kind of stuff you'd only see online, like online ads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're just kind of stylistically different.
Yeah.
So I find that some of them seem like very traditional, like it's a Canadian Tire commercial that you would see on regular TV, and some of them seem like products that are only pitched online. I don't know.
ring lights.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But things that are very specific. I don't know. I don't feel that the ads that they're giving me on Netflix are being shaped for me in the way that like Instagram is or whatever. Like Instagram, I find that
Salvation Army ad.
if I click on an ad on Instagram because what's that?
Oh, I hate that so much.
The next month of my life is that.
Yeah.
Like that product and or variations. I did it once. I mentioned it before. The Tai Chi workouts for my dad over 50 commercials that I am putting up with are insane. And what really bothers me about them is that they're all AI. So all of these before and after physique photos are totally fake, which tells me the product is garbage. But Tai Chi isn't garbage, right? Like I also don't know how they're expecting me to subscribe when I could literally get like a wall poster of 12 different Tai Chi.
Just do Tai Chi. I don't know. Those yin yang palms, like it's hard to get it started. Once you get it started, then you're good. But you need someone walking you through. You need someone walking you through.
I don't know if you've ever had a yin yang palm massage before.
No, but I did Tai Chi for a while.
Did you?
Yes.
I didn't realize you were an old woman in a park.
I am an old woman in a park. Every now and then I bring a sword for no discernible reason. But I like to spice up. No, I did it in university, and then I joined just like it was the same teacher just doing it in downtown Guelph in a church. So I joined a bunch of townies, and she was like kind of woo, and the rest of us were not very woo at all.
What's woo?
She'd be like, "All right, let's all breathe through our toes," and we're like, "Okay, whatever." And he's like, "Okay, let's build up a big pile of chi," and we're like, "Well, I don't see it. Where's this chi?" But when I wasn't there for a couple of weeks, and they built up a big pile of chi, like you do during the warm up. And then what do you do with this big pile of chi? So they called me with it, and the next week I showed up, and they're like, and like still, yeah. She also did Reiki on my hands, and I didn't know what she was doing, and then my hands got all hot and unclenched. And it was the weirdest thing, but I was like,
that's like a massage style, right?
That's like not touching you and just sending your chi in,
Really? So like they're just putting the whammy on your hand.
Yeah, it's like a massage for people who don't like touching people. And you're like, oh, you like that? You like that? You dirty little.
Like a stripper named Chastity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Or Francine, just like, okay.
So hang on.
Francine, but not heard.
So if you go for a Reiki massage, you haven't been massaged?
No, it depends on what they're doing, but Reiki is not, they're not generally touching you. They're just moving your energy around.
It's about energy transference.
It's about your chi, Chuck.
Okay.
And your chi is low.
Now, is that in the same ballpark with the acupuncture people? Like,
well, with that, at least they're touching you. There's still very little evidence for any of that.
Well, my evidence on the acupuncture is I limped into an acupuncture appointment and I walked out. And that was very real. Like I had an injury and when I left, the injury had been repaired. So you got me there. I have not since re-injured my knee, so I haven't tested the theory, but also I might never injure my knee again because you put the...
I'll take that bet. I'll put money down on you injuring your knee. I will put it down right now.
How quickly you jump
to the truth? Jump to the, I'm a soothsayer. I'm a sayer of
sooth. On top of the possibility of me falling down a flight of stairs.
Not even a flight of stairs, just injuring yourself getting out of a chair. A sudden turn. We're of an age. A sudden turn.
It's the bathtub I worry about.
It's like changing your mind in the middle of forward motion. That's going to take all of us out.
No.
Oh, I'm going to go this way. Oh, my back. Oh, I died.
If I wasn't as good at falling down as I am, I would have died years ago. I am excellent at wiping out.
You just let yourself go.
I let myself go, but I'm also, I've been very fortunate over the years in many different situations to know the moment where you hit eject. To know the moment where this is unfixable, and all I need is an escape route at this point to live. I've done it like I've almost run off of cliffs. I almost rode a moped off a cliff once.
Oh, I thought you were just going to end it at I almost rode a moped.
No.
Death machines.
I rented a moped in Greece on a day where I did not own shoes. I'll never forget the look on the guy's face. I was there and I was shorts, t-shirt, no shoes because my Nike cross trainers had exploded. I blew out the seam on the bottom of it, so my foot would just slide out the side.
And you're like, what gives, Greece?
But
My shoe's named after your goddess. I've exploded.
my brother and I were on Santorini Island, and he had bought a pair of sandals on Eos Island, where we were planning on going the next day.
Mm.
So for some reason, and you could buy sandals literally
Everywhere.
every 15 steps. You could find a place to buy sandals,
Sandals and togas.
and they were priced anywhere from $4 to $8 for handmade, hand stitched sandals on the beach. And my brother wouldn't let me buy sandals because he wanted me to get them from the same guy he had gotten from on EOS. And at that point, I had pretty tough feet. So I was just kind of rolling it barefoot. And so for the day, I mean, at this point, we're living on the beach in Santorini underneath a no camping sign and eating gyros or gyros, as it were, and drinking beer, and that's basically all we're doing all day long for a few days.
Like a wonderful life
hanging
that
out
you
with
don't need shoes for.
hanging out with a group of Swedes, by the way. And so, yeah, I didn't need shoes, but we decided to rent scooters for the day. And you had
Is that the Swedes?
idea. You paid the dude for the scooter, but you left your passport. That was your deposit for the scooter. And so I'm sitting there and I've got my money and I've got my passport in my hand, and he just kind of looks at me, and I'm kind of half drunk. It's maybe 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing shoes. I'm just shorts, a t-shirt, and no shoes. And he looks at me and he goes, he asks, you ride before? You've ridden a moped before? I'm like, oh yeah.
Look at me.
And I had ridden a moped upwards of like 6 minutes before in my entire life. I was not a kid that grew up, but I owned a bicycle. I understand how mopeds aren't terribly complicated.
No.
And I got on this thing, and what I had you'd be surprised how often you're tempted to put your foot down on the pavement when you're riding a scooter, right? Like every time you go to stop, every time you do anything. And in Greece, it's a rough asphalt on the road.
The roughest.
And
some of the roughest asphalt I've ever experienced.
And it's remarkably hot.
Yeah.
And so it was a day of carefully trying not to scrape the feet off my body.
And do you still have feet?
I still have feet. And at one point I turned around. We were riding along this kind of cliff edge, and I turned around over my right shoulder to see where my brother was behind me. And I did the classic move, is you look right over your shoulder. And as you do it, you also lightly turn the handlebars to the right. And so I started like heading for the cliff, unaware that I'm heading for the cliff. But by the time I turned back forward, I was
like, what a view.
I was on my way off. It wasn't like I was approaching the cliff. I was on my way off. And so I did the sudden move, and I had that back tire slide and then throw me back onto the road. It was a real Dukes of Hazzard, I almost died moment.
That's exciting.
It was very exciting. And my brother laughed.
Yeah.
And laughed.
Because he didn't actually die.
That was the thing is I remember he was laughing, and the first thing he was capable of saying after like a good 5 minutes of just howling was, you almost died. And then back to the laughter.
You would not have got your passport back.
No. He would have sold the passport.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, you sell the passport. Yeah. It's Greece. It's got to be worth. It's a Canadian passport.
It's got to be worth something.
It's got to be worth something. Yeah. So what are the questions you have for me?
Well, one of them, I guess we were talking off camera, but we always interview our guests, and I was like, oh, I don't know Chuck Burns' origin story. But my question is less comedy. If comedy wasn't your thing, what would you be doing? And I did not realize Tugboat Captain was going to be on that list.
No. I think we were talking about before. The tugboat business was the family business when I was a very, very little kid in Vancouver. But I think that business was sold off when I was like maybe in elementary school. And so I never really got to experience the family business as a business. And I think the reason why it holds a romantic place in what could have been is because I didn't get to experience. I mean, actually spending, a 16-hour shift on a tugboat in the rain in British Columbia might not be the romantic journey that Bruno Gervasi painted it out to be.
I know, but that was so. Was the Beachcombers like a documentary for you?
The
Or were you
Beachcombers,
like, oh, I wish.
it wasn't just that it was a documentary. It was the Beachcombers shot where I went to summer camp, like in Howe Sound. Um, so there was all sorts of things on the Beachcombers because that was on when I was a kid. That was like, hey, I know where that is. Like a lot of that going on when and that never happened on TV for me as a kid in Canada.
Blew your mind.
It just blew my mind. It felt like I was like part of the experience. It's like when a band says, we were driving down the 401 and everyone's like,
I've been on that highway.
exactly.
Go reference.
I've seen that shirt.
That's a local reference that
Yeah.
I recognize.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, open local, it works. And because I knew my family was also in kind of the tugboat logging business, like there was a lot of things that were familiar to me in that show. But that was if I wasn't doing, like as a kid, I thought I might be a lawyer. And I think that was because a lot of people told me that because I was a good talker.
Doesn't seem like something like.
Well, lawyer's
Like
one of those.
8-year-olds. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a lawyer.
Well, I also grew up in a world of like, what type of office are you going to work in?
How white is your collar?
Yeah, well, it was just, yeah. I mean, the expectation was, you'll go to college, you'll get a degree, you'll get a job doing something, that is business related, I guess. It wasn't, like it was ever said. It was just kind of like
assumed.
Well, that's what everybody else in the family, that's what
you do.
It was also, that was the time frame of it was before, the idea of doing one thing for your whole life just kind of evaporated.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, they were like, pick a thing, and
do
you'll
that
do
thing.
this thing. And then by the time we had picked a thing and done that thing, they were like, oh, that economy doesn't exist anymore.
You'll get a nice pension. You'll get a nice this. You'll be. I was like, oh, no, you won't. We lied. We
No,
lied.
I should have, cop, fireman, put in your 25 years, take your pension, and then go live your life doing whatever the hell you want to do. There's still some jobs that exist like that. Not a lot. And they're almost all government jobs now.
Yeah.
To some degree, because those are the only people left with any kind of job protection.
Yeah.
But nothing is, people I'm sure you get it too, is you get people saying about comedy is, well, there's no security there.
Well, duh. Yeah.
But, what I told people is over the years, I've gotten to use many different examples of, well, there's plenty of people at Kodak who thought they had job security. There's plenty of people at Enron that thought they had job security. There's plenty of people at GM that thought they had job security. In fact,
talk to BlackBerry,
their job,
to RIM,
the people at GM, their job security was written into their contract, and then that was torn up.
Yep.
So
sorry,
nobody's really got job security. I mean, I would say that I agree with the principle of if you work for yourself, there's no one to steal from.
I still steal from myself.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, time.
I like to hide
hope.
Yeah.
Just all text it
I
up.
like to see what I can get away with. I am also like to sexually harass myself. And then I take myself to HR and then we have
You should get yourself one of them mini tramps.
Yes. We have a fun, sexy HR meeting. With me and myself. Oh God, this is
a sexy HR meeting. Even the title is problematic.
Sexy HR?
Yeah, sexy HR.
It's gonna be my sitcom.
Sexy HR.
Sexy HR.
HR. After dark.
The H stands for hard.
Horny.
The R stands
there's your accent. Yep.
Horny?
Horny.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
I missed her. It's so dumb. That's the thing that annoys me the most about AI is dynamic pricing. And they're like, well, we can charge the AI is telling us we can charge you $3 more for the next hour and a half for your bananas that you're ordering from Instacart. So we're gonna do it.
Yeah. What I do like about that though is that
plus they're uplift online.
But they're just bringing in like that dynamic pricing And so now what they've done is they've created a market for the app that gets you the actual best
Yeah.
price. Like that's all they do is it's like they figure out a way to scramble the signal, and then somebody else figures out a way to descramble it, and they're like, "Oh, we got to scramble this again." And it's like, God, you're never going to win against people who want free porn.
Yeah.
People will always unscramble your
Yeah.
stuff.
And if you want to know where technology is going, just see what porn is doing.
Usually, that's where the money's at.
You're like, well, I don't know if I want to go with Blu-ray or
That's how
HD. It's
VHS
like,
went.
well, yeah, porn went for VHS.
Yeah. And so
Porn
we all
went
went.
for Blu-ray.
Was porn Blu-ray?
Yeah. Porn industry was like, yeah, we're gonna do Blu-ray
Over
And they were like,
DVD?
okay, over HD DVD.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. The beta to
HD
Blu-ray.
DVD was a better product than Blu-ray?
Beta wasn't even that much better. It was like technically better. It had more lines on the screen, but everyone's like, man, it's still the 80s. Everything still looks like shit.
Well, they did it. They did a pretty good job
They were just too big.
of
Big.
that slow rollout of like making everyone buy 6 different copies on different formats of Pink Floyd The Wall.
Well, yeah, when the music industry's like, oh no, we have no money. It's like, yeah, because for the last 40 years, you've been selling people the same album, just in different formats.
Yeah.
And now you're like, well, where did all the music go? It's like, well, yeah, you gotta support the new stuff now. Well, we can't sell that 18 times. These kids today don't even know what an 8-track is. How are we going to get them to buy one?
Well, what I find interesting in the media right now is that a lot of the pathways to the top, like the pathways to actually becoming a big name in television, in film, in music, and all of that, which was, like have an indie recording, do a small tour, do all of this stuff, work at a small television station to get your skill set, do public access television to build up your thing. All of those things, which are training grounds for talent, have disappeared.
Yeah. Now let's get viral on TikTok. The number of musicians whose careers have appeared on TikTok and blossomed and then disappeared and they're gone.
Well,
and it's the span of like 2 years.
It seems to be a higher one-hit wonder ratio than it used to be. Because it used to be like, even all of those one-hit wonders, they wrote a whole album.
Yeah.
I think some of these people now, they only ever wrote that one song, and it took off on TikTok, and all the other songs they wrote just never went anywhere. And I guess that's just the way of the world now.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, because it used to be, you'd there was kind of a minor league system to show business. And I think the minor league system now is the internet, but also it's much more of like a lottery of.
Well, the difference, I mean, if you're famous on the internet and you keep your fame on the internet, that is one thing. But it's just wonderful watching people try to translate their internet fame into real life, and just not being able to make that transition. I was like, oh yeah, no, you're terrible live. You're terrible live.
Oh, well, there's a really big difference between content and live show.
Oh yeah. Because people are like, oh, well, live shows are going to go away. It's like, no, live entertainment is never going to go away because you can't replace it with anything.
I still have, I was in Oshawa last week, and I had a guy come up to me after the show who I pegged as older than me. So in his 60s.
95. Okay.
In his 60s, who I looked at as like, he was coming up to me saying that he had a really good time. And I pegged him as like, this guy's a comedy person.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's the first time I've ever been to a live comedy show.
Huh.
And I was like, really? Because he seemed like primetime audience for stand-up comedy.
You seem like you know what you're doing.
He was like, yeah. He's like, I've watched it my whole life, but I've never been to a live show. And I'm like, are you going to come back? And he's like, yeah, it's different.
Day.
It is different.
Night and day. Yeah. I have trouble watching comedy specials because I would rather just watch that person live.
What's interesting is I do okay with comedy specials. I watch everything with a pretty critical eye. Like I've described it before as it's like when people can see the Matrix, where it's not life. It's just a series
Yeah.
of numbers. It's all
I know what
ones
you're
and
doing
zeros.
there. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's all ones and zeros in front of me. Because I'm seeing like really good moves, like you appreciate a good wrist shot in
Yeah.
hockey or something. I'm seeing really good moves in stand up, and then I see like small mistakes that just drive me completely insane. Like just every time I see someone like ask the crowd a question, I'm like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, you put that in your special? Hey, here I am fishing for a compliment. That's basically what you're doing.
All questions must be rhetorical.
Or asked to a specific individual.
Yeah.
I've said it before, I'll say it again, is every time you ask a question, you open yourself up to the most common answer, dead silence. Which is never a good answer, because all you're looking for is, we're still here, we're still on your side, we're with you, buddy. And then they just leave you. No, we're not here.
No.
We're not on your side. You're all alone. And yes, the choices you've made have been bad ones.
This is as awkward as you think it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine how we feel as the audience now. Oh,
although I will say, when things genuinely get awkward at a show, I really enjoy that.
If a show is not going well, there is a part of me that enjoys seeing how unwell I can make that show go. Because if an audience doesn't like me, I have a hard time winning them back over. Because I just think I have a smarmy attitude that they don't appreciate sometimes.
Yeah,
but if they're really hating me, I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's see how much I can make you.
And that's the thing, though, is sometimes when they're not liking you, and you both acknowledge that and show that you're okay with it, it does not help them like you more.
No, I do not care.
I'm okay with you people not liking me. Let's see where we can take this.
Yeah, I was organizing homophobic heckles at one show. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, we've already heard that. Yeah, no, we've heard that one. Let's have. Does anyone have any fresh hatred to throw in my direction? Because I will be here for my contractually obligated 30 minutes of time, and I'm not going anywhere.
I don't know. I've gotten homophobic heckles before.
Yeah, that was me though. I'm mean.
No, there was a guy you weren't jealous about. You wouldn't have been jealous about Oshawa this weekend. The Saturday night with the guy, first time at the show, wonderful. Friday was a smaller crowd, and there was a guy in the front who acknowledged that he had recently gone through a divorce, which, once you spend about 30 seconds with him, it was like, yeah,
I get it.
Story checks out.
I am on her side.
And he was, hat on backwards, shaved head, beard.
Did he put his foot up on the stage?
Would have looked very much at home on any motorcycle-based reality show.
Okay.
Motorcycle repair-based reality show. And just looked like a working class dude. But he had a level of need to be acknowledged that was not going to be denied.
Yeah.
Like, he was going to comment on every joke that was presented in front of him. He was going to make approving, for the most part, noises or comments. He was on board. He wasn't belittling. He was just going to be a part of the entire
show. That was really funny. Oh, that joke was really funny. I like the part where oh God. It's like, we all just lived through this. We don't need your closed captioning.
What I told him is I said, I know what you're going through. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I know exactly what you're going through, and I'm acknowledging you right now by talking to you.
It's a win that you got outside.
But when we're done this little piece, you're done for the night. I don't want you helping me. I don't want you participating. I don't want to have to spend my entire show rolling my eyes at you and wishing that you just didn't fucking come. So, and he was like, oh, okay. And then he gave himself like the neck chop, like, I'm going to cut myself off. I'm done talking. And I will give him points. He tried. He tried so
That's all I asked for. That's all I asked for.
He tried so hard not to constantly interrupt,
which was just
effort. His natural state of being, is he wanted to interrupt. And I'd say, after I had spoken to him, he interrupted me maybe 15 more times. had,
But he felt bad every time.
which probably represented 10% of the number of times he wanted to actually interrupt me. Yeah. I wasn't getting him down to zero. That I got him down to like he'd wait until I had at least finished my sentence before he would speak up about something or make a noise or cough or wave. He put his hand up a couple of times.
That's my favorite thing when people. I was like, I'm sorry. Is there a question coming from the audience?
Yeah, I pointed. There was a guy on Saturday that did that. Brian Hatt was hosting the show, and he asked, "Is there anybody's birthday?" And a guy in the last row of the show puts his hand up, right? And if you know anything, in any room, the last row, putting your hand up is not the best way to get
I
attention.
can't see you.
Let alone if you're sitting in the dark and the
Yeah.
person has a spotlight facing at him. There's just no
You gotta
chance.
teach them.
And I pointed him out when I got on stage, and I said he got the award for whitest kid in the room that night. He was just politely sitting there, and he was wearing a button-down white Oxford dress shirt.
Yeah.
And he sat for the entire time Brian opened
Excuse me,
the show.
comedy person.
For 10 minutes, he had his hand up, waiting to be called on. And then when Brian moved on to start the show, he put his hand down like, "Oh, I can't believe he didn't call on me."
I thought it was obvious that I was requesting some attention.
Yeah, no, but he didn't make any noise. He never over here. He just.
Yeah. It's like I may make a strongly worded Google review of this show.
No. He probably would have been fine with it.
3 stars.
This guy seemed really.
My arm is tired.
Bland.
My arm got tired from not being called upon.
That used to be best at school when you'd have to create a little support structure for your arm when you had your hand up.
I just hate it. I was just like, why don't you just ask me the answer? Why are we waiting for these morons? Can we move on? I know they go, just call on me.
You'd have to call on me to get me to participate. I would not volunteer to participate in class.
And then reading out loud, I'm like, oh my God, why are we letting this kid read out loud?
I'm
so good at it. I'll do voices.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It took me a while to get good at reading out loud. Once I figured it out, the same thing. Yeah. I could read with some rhythm. But it took me a long time to get out of just straight monotone reading. He went to the store and did I was reading like a robot.
Yeah, this is boring. This is boring to everyone. Even Dick and Jane are bored of this. Boring.
But now I can, read all sorts of things in all sorts of ways. Yeah, en français. That's all I got. That's all I got.
It actually said in Spanish.
It's mainly because it's the button I just clicked to make the whole page English. And then all of a sudden or now I could click en français to go back to the French.
English.
That's happened to me on a few websites in Canada where I've arrived at the website and it's presenting in French.
Yeah, my keyboard is not set up for this.
Well, it's not just my keyboard.
is.
Well, I always wonder what the cookie setup is that's telling them I want the French version because I do not want the French version.
I don't want your cookies. I reject it all.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I usually do the
I will go through and
minimum allowable.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, do the stuff that makes your website work, and otherwise, mind your own business.
Yeah, there was.
Well, it'll make the website work even better if you give us some data.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true, and also just make your website look better, work better, be more functional. Get out of my face, internet.
For all the data mining, I wonder if it how much money are you really making off of my data?
I've given you all the data I'm willing to give, and now you have to pay for it.
But I'd love to. There's something we should look up. We should look that up. Data mining. Because everybody talks about. I was watching the Paper.
Yes.
Which is like the new Office reboot thing.
I was watching the Paper. Things about.
And one of the characters mentioned how they're data mining anyone that goes onto their website, right? Their newspaper website, they're data mining for them. But I wonder, if the Toronto Sun or whatever, you accept the cookies, right? A, I wonder how many people are accepting the cookies for a website like that. Yeah. And B, how many dollars per 100,000 people are you actually making? Well, I mean, if it's
gotta be
anything,
enough.
people will do it,
Yeah.
right? Like if it's 12 cents, they'll still do it
It
because
adds
it's
up.
12 cents you didn't have yesterday. But I'm wondering, because everybody seems to be talking about who's buying the data is my question.
Data brokers going for the data mine
The
into the data refinery.
But the data broker still needs someone on the other end who's going to be like, "Ooh, give me some of your data."
Yeah.
Who's buying
Is
the
it just
data?
advertisers? Is this just advertising again?
I guess it must be advertising. I mean, I don't know if it's optimizing algorithms or I don't like.
I don't know what it is. You're also not
There's a
getting my
great there's a
DNA.
great
I
big
don't
book.
care about my ancestry, and you will never get my DNA.
Oh, that I didn't do because it was
I didn't care.
very clear from the beginning.
They just want this information.
No, that the whole business was like an illusion
Yes.
to get everybody's DNA.
Yes. That's all it was. And yes, we managed to catch a couple of murderers.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. They've been through familial DNA, so they'll have some DNA in the
Oh,
database. They
so
don't
like
know.
you,
It's like this is a criminal, and then someone's like their niece. All of a sudden, it's like
they're
I want to track my I want to see how much Cherokee is in me. What do you mean none?
oh, and you,
What do you mean I'm just a basic white girl?
so yeah, the 17-year-old white girl finds out her DNA is a 95% match to 16 rapes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. They'd be like, "Oops,"
Wow.
and they're like, "Oh, so how many uncles
What
do you have?"
bothered me about that though is I remember when that stuff first came out, I wasn't terribly curious because again, I knew my great grandparents, so there wasn't a great big amount of mystery to my ancestry. I have like pictures of most of them.
There's no secret kings and queens in my background.
Exactly, but no, it's gone.
Good DNA, familial DNA.
Oh, I looked it up. Like I remember the first time I saw 23andMe, Ancestry,
Yeah.
whatever it was. I looked it up to be like, okay, well, what are they? What I wanted to know, what can they actually test for in terms of like, because there's Alzheimer's in my family and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to know, all right, well, is this also a
This is gonna be helpful.
genetic screen?
Yeah.
And they don't. That's not really the thing. It was
No.
just like, this is where
But you're mostly white.
yeah, it's kind of a this
This.
is where we think you people might be from.
Yeah.
And that's just about um it's like location mapping.
Yeah.
It wasn't really genetic testing. But in the process of diving through and finding out what they were going to find out for me, I also found out that they now like own the rights to my DNA.
Yeah.
And they can like sell it to anybody or rent it to anybody or give it to the government
I don't
or
know how much your DNA is worth, but it's
well,
worth it to someone.
it's worth something if they want me to sign it away.
Yeah.
It's always worth something if they
Like,
want you to sign
you
it
may
away.
not have this.
Especially if you have to sign it away. Like
Well,
if
plus I'm
you have to
sure.
give them permission to own.
Yes, as someone who has never once read the terms and conditions before saying I agree, I have no idea what I may have agreed to. I just wanted to get onto my computer. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure like at 80 they'll be like, okay, it's time. I'm like, what do you mean it's time? It's like, well, you signed something. We're taking whichever of your organs are still functional.
Disney, there was a lawsuit where some family tragedy occurred at a Disney theme park.
Oh yeah.
But the husband had previously like taken it wasn't even a full subscription. He'd agreed to like a 3-month trial subscription
Disney Plus.
of Disney Plus. And because he clicked yes on the terms and conditions, in those terms and conditions, it was like, oh, by the way, if Walt Disney himself cuts your head off, there's nothing you could do about it. It was like you can't sue Disney for anything ever across the entire umbrella of Disney companies if you take this 3 months. And now every time, Skip the Dishes, every time I order something from Skip the Dishes, they offer me 3 months of Disney Plus, and I'm like, nice try.
Nice try. Because if my wife dies in the happiest place on earth, I want to sue.
Is that what it was? His wife died? It was something, it was like some terrible tragedy happened and Disney was trying to weasel out of it.
And it would have been better if like Goofy had just like beat her up or something, but no, it was. I think she was having too much fun at Disney. Her heart just couldn't take it.
Her heart just couldn't take it. I don't know. Disney was pretty good. I took the kids to Disney World.
I've been to the Animal Kingdom. That was fun.
I like animal stuff. Although
when we were looking at the gorillas and then we were looking at the fat Americans looking at the gorillas, we're just like, what is going on here? This is so symbolic of something.
that was like the big crowd of people in front of the what's her name? The big painting in Paris there. It's not a big painting.
La Joconde.
No,
The
Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa.
I
Yeah.
prefer to call her by her original name.
Is that her original
Yeah.
name?
Well, it wasn't that important a painting until she got stolen. And then
Maria
like,
from down the street.
Yeah.
What
But she's smiling about it. It's like she's trying to hold a fart in. Do you know how long you have to pose for a painting for? That is a holding a fart in smile.
what I found amazing about it was it was like seeing the emptiness of celebrity kind of display.
Taking pictures of this thing. I was like,
But it's
behind glass.
It's behind like thick
and like 20 feet of Japanese tourists.
Somewhat tinted glass, right? Like so the painting itself, the flash photography won't screw it up.
There was still a Frenchman going, no flash.
It's very
no
small.
Flash.
It's a very small painting.
It would fit in your wallet.
Yeah,
like in the
comparatively
1600s.
And so
money was much bigger back
dimly lit, small, and then like this giant free ticket giveaway audience around it. And meanwhile, in the Louvre, they've got paintings of like entire battle scenes with like 600 horses, and it's like a wall, like a giant wall tapestry thing that you could spend an entire afternoon looking and never really get to see the whole thing.
None of those horses were famous.
And that's the thing. No one's paying attention to it at all in order to go take one guaranteed terrible picture because it's the whole setup is designed for it not to be a good picture.
I do love walking in front of people taking pictures of pictures at art galleries. Is like Starry Night plus Ted. Hello.
Oh yeah, just stick in there. My thing is I like to walk I like to go to the mall at Christmas time and find one of those older ladies that are like carrying all the bags and then get in front of them and just walk real slow.
Every now and then I drop some Werthers and shake them up.
Just walk as slow as I fucking can. And then inherently, when you hear them shift to the left or the right to go around you, just follow their move. Just stay in front of them the whole time.
It's the little
bit of their own medicine.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of their own medicine.
It's the season, old ladies.
It's just the season. I mean, I will, when they've got all the bags like that, they're very stable because they're close to the ground. Yeah. They're counterweighted. It's like those, what is that, Perfect Storm, when they throw the anchors down either side of the boat so the boat doesn't sway so much on either side. George Clooney's a dream boat. Okay?
I mean, I've been in love with him ever since he showed up on The Facts of Life as a contractor.
Facts of Life. Wow, you're going way back.
Oh, yeah.
I would have said Roseanne.
Oh, no, Facts of Life.
Facts of Life is
Facts of Life.
Every once in a while, you see someone in the old before they were famous. One of my favorites that I saw was, and I don't even know the time frame, but it would have been early 2000s, is I saw a rerun of Murder, She Wrote. And the only reason I saw it is because it was like the first minute and a half of the episode, right? I had been watching something previously and then it was coming on. And I remember it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. It was like
Jessica Fletcher, what are you up to?
It was like primetime syndication. It was like, I think 4:00 was Murder, She Wrote, 5:00 was Matlock. It was like
6 o'clock is bedtime.
The pre and post dinner retirement community set. And Jack Black was on the opening, like the cold opening of Murder, She Wrote, dressed as a hot dog, like in a hot dog suit, like giving out flyers on the street or whatever. And it was right around the time that like Tenacious D was kind of just the HBO show. He was
about to come.
He was just starting to take off. It was right before School of Rock. And I was like, hey, that's Jack Black. And then like 2 months later, School of Rock comes out. He becomes this massive star. But he was always associated in my head now as hot dog suit on Murder, She Wrote, which was, probably something that got him in the union. All sorts of stuff like that. Are you in the union?
I am in the union.
Do you remember what got you in the union?
It was just doing stand-up.
Having to buy, like doing festivals?
Like doing festivals. And
the tickets. I remember for me.
And then eventually the buying the permit was
You do
going to
3
be more
permits and you're in.
than
Yeah, 3 permits and you're in.
yeah. Although I did do some random weekend class. They're like, "Oh, take this class on Actor on the weekend, and we'll give you
An extra credit.
an extra credit," which is how I ended up spending a weekend with Nicole Arbor,
Ooh. What was it? Canada's sexiest?
Canada's sexiest comedian.
Yeah, which is true because she doesn't live in Canada.
Well, she also wasn't very funny. She had that one very good picture. It was like, "That is a very hot picture. You look great in that picture." I
Yeah,
take up my objection is not to the sexy part; it is the comedian part.
I object to it on a couple of levels because the comedian part is all up for interpretation. I mean, there's plenty of people that call themselves comedians and they don't really make a lot of people laugh. But I'm not going to argue that point. For
Mirrors don't laugh.
For me, what bothered me about calling yourself the sexiest anything is that there's an implied thing there in that, okay, if you're the sexy comedian, I'm going to expect you to be flirty.
Yeah, you have to be sexy every time.
I'm going to expect you to talk about sex in a non-repressed way, right? Like I'm going to expect that sex and sexuality are part of what you do as a comedian.
I'm going to need a substantial amount of cleavage and or side boob and or under boob. I want to be surprised at where the boob is coming from.
You will accept half shirt under boobs?
I will accept a little under boob. For a while I was like, really?
And with Nicole Arbor, outside of, I mean, she's got a nice figure, and she's not an ugly person, but there's nothing sexy about it.
No.
Like at all. Like she's not, and she mentions her boyfriend like 650 times during
not sexy.
It's the least sexy thing ever. Mention your girlfriend, you're getting a little warmer.
I mean, if someone can't find you funny, they should at least find you fuckable. Give them something to think about while you're on stage other than your jokes.
That's what gets me through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's looking at him going, not funny, but
can't wait to lean up against a dirty alley wall with him sometime.
Well, I bet that guy would smother me in my sleep.
That guy's glory hole is just a giant hole.
It's like a manhole cover.
It's just a door.
Glory hole. It's not so much a glory hole. It's just the front door of my apartment. Come on in.
Come on in. Yeah, that's fine.
Come on in. Come on in. And stick whatever you want wherever you want it.
Yeah. That is the Byrne family motto. It sounds better in Latin, but
we actually have we have a family motto. I have a family motto. We have fought and won. That is our family motto.
Huh. Who and when?
Anybody, anytime.
All right.
Anybody, anytime. We will take all comers.
I have the
and goers.
Anderson on this. I have the Scottish Andersons. I believe our motto is nice tits or something. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it sounds better in Latin. Nice rack. Thank you.
Invidious tatatas.
Yeah. Veni vidi vaginas.
Veni vidi vagina. Oh, hey?
Yeah.
There's
we came, we saw, we came again.
Yeah. We came, we saw, and in that thing.
Yeah. Carpe phallum.
Carpe phallus.
Carpe phallus.
Oh, well, this was lovely.
This was lovely.
It was just the two of us. We didn't really get into a retrospective or anything. We just kind of kept on talking.
And we sure did.
It worked out pretty good.
Look at us talking. It's going to catch on one day.
Look at us. We're talking.
Welcome to our talking show. Next week, maybe
something to talk about. Next week will be something to talk about.
Yeah, we can have another retrospective of just this episode.
Exactly. It will be 10A.
10A. Yeah, there will be ribs.
There will be. Next week, we're back to the rib-based format and the guest-based format.
And the guest-based format. This is an experiment.
This was nice, though. I like this.
This was nice.
It's certainly, I find, without the guests and the pressure of the smoker and the timing and everything, much less panic for me.
Yeah, I mean, the constant interruptions from the guests as well, I was finding a bit bothersome. They're constantly talking and asking you questions and answering questions that you've posed to them.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
They really eat up a lot of airtime.
They really do. It's like, this is not your show.
Yeah, I know.
How rude.
It's nice to get back to basics. Not that you're basic, but You're pretty basic. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. I'm Chuck.
I'm Ted.
And you can follow us at Preparing to Podcast, at Chuck B. Jokes, at Dr. Ted Morris, 2 R's, 1 S, 2 S's.
1 S.
1 S.
1 S.
There's
And
only
a
one.
silent S at the beginning of
There's
the
only one Ted Morris.
There's
it's
only
not
one.
Ted Morris.
No, there's only one.
There's only one.
No, there's some lawyer in Vegas who keeps buying.
Is there?
Yeah, but when you do that thing where you're like, I'm going to buy my website. You're like, oh, I can't get .com.
Oh, because he hasn't.
Yeah.
I've only found one other Chuck Byrne with the same spelling as me. He's a guy who lives in Tennessee.
Problematic.
That's all I know. But neither of us have chuckbyrne.com because we both know that nobody can properly spell our 4-lettered last name.
It's true.
Yeah, people get it wrong all the time. But I'm sure you won't when you search for Chuck B. Jokes because I removed the spelling of my last name from my handle.
Smart.
We're back next week with guests. I guess that's probably about it then. That's
it. We won't say who they are in case they don't show up, and we don't want to disappoint you.
We already said who they were at the beginning.
People don't listen.
Okay.
Now it's going to rewind and be like, who was it again?
Let's go to the videotape.
Go to the video.
All right.